something important. Saturday night, there was a cookout going on here. The one outstanding thing about it was that Juanita Young and her family were involved in it. In the middle of this cookout, more than a dozen cops, undercover, burst upon the house, break down the door, meet and arrest Juanita's kids, several neighborhood youth. Now, why did this go down? And I'm very well qualified to talk about this because my name is Carl Dix. I'm a co-founder of the October 22nd Coalition to Stop Police Brutality, Repression, and the Criminalization of a Generation. That's something we did 13 years ago. I'm also a representative of the Revolutionary Communist Party, and I've been fighting against the injustice of this system and for revolution all of my adult life. So I know about this. What this was a part of is the way in which they treat Black and Latino youth like they're criminals. But Juanita becomes a particular target because from the time when cops from the 43rd Precinct, which is the same precinct that attacked her house, when one of them murdered her son, and I'm going to call it murder because that's what it is to me when a man with a gun shoots somebody who's unarmed. From that point, Juanita has stood up. She has spoken out, and not just spoken out against the injustice done to her son, she has spoken out against the injustice of police brutality, of police murder overall, and because of that she has been targeted. So what we are doing here today is we are saying that this is not acceptable. What's not acceptable? First off, it is not acceptable to target Juanita Young and her family because she dared to speak out against police brutality and police murder. That should not be accepted. It should not be accepted that police criminalize Black and Latino youth. Treat them as if they are guilty until proven innocent if they survive to prove their innocence. That is something that should not be accepted. People should be standing up. People should be speaking out. And people should be acting in resistance to all of this. And that's what we're doing here today. Because look, the days when this system can send its cops into our neighborhoods, harass people, jack them up, arrest them for BS, brutalize them, and even murder them, the days when people are not inspired and organized to stand up and resist that, those days must be gone, and they can be gone, but ending those days is going to take our activity. It's going to take us speaking out. It's going to take us standing with those who've been victimized. That kind of resistance is going to be a key part of taking that on. So that is what we're here about. That's why we're here. And I mentioned before that I'm a revolutionary, and see, when this question of racial profiling and police brutality breaks out, one thing that always comes back to people is, well, you handled it wrong. You should have recognized that you needed to chill out. You should have been respectful. You should have said officer and sir. And if you had just done that, this wouldn't have happened. Well, I say BS to that. And you know, if it wasn't for the TV and radio stuff here, I would spell out what that BS comes down to. Because it hurts me to my heart when people say to oppressed people and say to the youth that it's up to you to chill out.